There is chilling new video this morning linked to the Lori Vallow case. Vallow and her husband, Chad Daybell, are accused of killing her children.
Hello and welcome back to our channel where we dissect and discuss crimes, cases, and enigmas. In this video, we will be taking a look at the horror struck by and the trial of Lori Vallow Daybell, aka the Doomsday Case. Let's begin. Joshua Jackson J.J. Vallow, age 7, and Tylee Ryan, age 16, were two American children from Chandler, Arizona, who disappeared in September 2019 and were eventually discovered buried in shallow graves near Rexburg, Idaho, on June 9, 2020. Their mother's partner at the time of their deaths and now her husband, Chad Daybell, was the owner of the home where their remains were discovered. But before going into the details of the investigation, let us discuss our main suspect, who was Lori Vallow Daybell. On June 26, 1973, in Loma Linda, California, Lori Norn Cox was born. She later went by the name Lori Vallow Daybell. At the age of 19, Lori married Nelson Yanes, a buddy from high school, but the marriage failed soon after. Lori married William LaGioia in October 1995 when she was 22 years old. Before getting divorced in 1998, they had a son in 1996 named Colby. Lori wed Joseph Anthony Ryan Jr. in 2001 and he formally adopted Colby. Tylee, the biological daughter of the couple, was born in 2002. In 2005, they got divorced. Alex Cox, Lori's brother, attacked Ryan in 2007 after accusing him of abusing Lori and the kids. For the incident, Cox received a prison term. After suffering a heart attack, Ryan was later found dead at his residence in 2018. His family was not told until 5 weeks had passed and no one had made a claim for his corpse. Lori, who was identified as his next of kin, received the word. Leland Anthony Vallow, known as Charles, and Lori got married in Las Vegas, Nevada in February 2006. Charles had 2 sons from a previous marriage, and in 2013, they adopted his grandnephew, Joshua Jackson J.J. Vallow. The Standing in Holy Places series of novels by Chad Daybell caught Lori's attention in 2015. Lori first met Chad in Arizona in the fall of 2018 during a Preparing a People gathering. Lori was told by Chad that they had been married in 7 lifetimes before. After that, they started talking privately. After their first encounter, Lori's husband left on a work-related trip, allowing her the chance to host a small party for one night at her house, and Chad was invited, who claimed to have lived 31 different lives on other planets, and that humans are either light or dark depending on whether they follow Jesus or Satan. Lori was described by Chad as an eternal being who had lived 21 other lifetimes, 5 of which had paralleled his own experiences here on Earth. Lori became deeply attached to Chad and his teachings as a result of her fascination with this belief system. Let's head back to our innocent victims, disappearance of the victims and the road to doomsday. The final known footage of JJ was caught on September 23, 2019 in a doorbell video showing him playing with a friend. At Kennedy Elementary School in Rexburg, he was last seen forever. The next day, on September 24th, Lori notified the school that she was taking JJ out of classes so that she could homeschool him. In Yellowstone National Park on September 8, 2019, Tylee was last witnessed with her brother JJ, mother Lori, and uncle Alex Cox. The last time Tylee had spoken with Colby Ryan, her elder half-brother, was when Tylee sent him 2 Venmo payments in October 2019 along with sweet messages. He texted Tylee to let her know he was worried about her and got replies from her saying she was safe but busy. Colby was increasingly concerned after repeated phone calls to her remained unanswered. On November 5, 2019, 2 weeks after the passing of Chad's first wife Tammy Daybell, Lori and Chad married in Hawaii. They spread untrue rumors that Tylee had passed away in 2017 or that Lori didn't have any minor children during that time. On November 26, at JJ's grandmother's request, police went to Lori's townhouse in Rexburg to check on JJ. According to Lori, he was in Arizona visiting Melanie Gibb, a friend of the family. Gibb, however, claimed that JJ had not been with her for a number of months when asked by authorities. A neighbor saw Lori and Alex Cox loading a truck that night in front of her house. The home was deserted when the police and FBI showed up the next day for a search. Tylee was also found missing as a result of the police's search for JJ. Law enforcement authorities stepped up their investigation into the children's disappearances and Chad and Lori's departure from Idaho from December 2019 to January 2020. The children were not with Chad and Lori, according to investigators, who were worried for their safety. They also said that Lori had declined to assist with the inquiry, opting to leave the state with Chad instead. Arrest and discovery. Lori was taken into custody in Hawaii by the Kauai Police Department on February 20, 2020. In Madison County, Idaho, she was accused of 3 misdemeanors and 2 felonies, including desertion and failure to provide for dependent children. Her bail was first set at $5 million, but once she was extradited back to Idaho, it was reduced to $1 million. Lori tried to get the bail further reduced in court in Rexburg in May, but her plea was turned down. According to reports, several local bond businesses refused to cooperate with her. During a search warrant on June 9th, police discovered human remains buried in what was thought to be a pet cemetery at Chad's residence. Eventually that day, Chad was detained for obstructing or hiding evidence and eventually charged with criminal murder. The following day, his bail was set to $1 million. The remains discovered on Chad's land were those of Tylee and JJ, according to confirmation from the Woodcock and Ryan families on June 10th. On June 13th, Rexburg police formally verified this discovery. On July 2nd, the prosecution withdrew 2 accusations against Lori for abandonment and failing to provide for her dependent children. Instead, they accused her of obstructing or hiding evidence pertaining to the remains of her children. Zombies, trials, and verdicts. On July 17th, Madison County Judge Michelle Mallard reduced Lori's bond due to the dismissal of the 2 felony charges against her. For a total of $150,000, the bail was set at $50,000 for each offense. It was also mentioned that in order for Chad to be freed from custody, $1 million would still need to be posted in Fremont County. For the killings of Tylee, JJ, and Tammy, Chad and Lori were charged with first-degree murder conspiracy and grand theft by deceit on May 25, 2021. Additionally, Lori was accused of grand larceny in connection with Social Security survivor benefits. Chad was accused with insurance fraud. Lori was deemed incompetent and unfit to face trial on May 27, 2021, and her case was postponed. She has since been deemed competent to stand trial after mental health treatment, incompetent, and again competent. During the trial, Melanie Gibb recounted hearing Lori state that Tylee had turned into a zombie in court filings. Lori Daybell had adopted Chad Daybell's concept of a zombie. According to a police affidavit, Tylee responded, "Not me, Mom," following Tylee's refusal to stay with JJ, to which Gibb said she overheard her call Tylee a zombie. Gibb said Lori eventually came to the conclusion that JJ had also turned into a zombie. Additionally, according to the prosecution, Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow Daybell presented themselves as religious leaders under the names of James and Alina. They also claimed to be able to rape people, determining if they may be possessed by the dark energy of an evil spirit. And it doesn't end here. Lori Vallow Daybell spoke in court for approximately 8.5 minutes, giving an explanation of her conduct. She argued that she is innocent of the crime and claimed that her murdered victims had come to see her in spirit and are content in heaven. "Jesus knows me, and Jesus understands me," Vallow Daybell said, adding that she mourns those who died. But she added, "Jesus Christ knows that no one was murdered in this case." When Tylee was born in 2002, Vallow Daybell claimed she had a near-death experience, which caused her to go through a profound transformation. Vallow Daybell said, "Tylee has visited me. She is happy and free now," adding that her son also visited her as an adult spirit who was very tall and is thriving in the afterlife. After all this drama, at last Lori Vallow Daybell was found guilty on all counts in a Boise, Idaho courtroom on May 12, 2023. She was given consecutive life sentences on July 31, 2023, along with penalties and reparations for the crimes of grand theft, for the murder of Tylee, for the murder of JJ, and conspiracy to commit murder of Tammy, ex-wife of Chad. The judge ordered Lori to serve the prison terms consecutively rather than concurrently, saying it is important for her to be punished for each death. And that is it for today's video. I hope you find it riveting and chilling. Make sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, comment and subscribe to our channel down below. Tap on the bell icon so you never miss any upload. I will see you next time. Goodbye.